Good morning. Today is 14th September of 2022. It is 7:40 a.m. What happened the previous night in the US market? The Nasdaq, Dow Jones and S&P 500 they fell more than 3 to 5%. To some extent they fell more than this, but at the end of the day they recovered very little. And today morning the futures which are open, they are trading flat and VIX is rising. And yesterday in my video I clearly mentioned when the market is also rising and VIX is also rising is not a good sign, and that fear came out in the evening as a true part. The fall, it's a talk of town because of CPI, consumer price index is rising, which will lead to the increase in the Fed rate, repo rate, leading to the massive money withdrawing from the equity. The money which is parked in the equity will be moved to the much safer side. Now, I explained in my one of the video or topics how this Fed rate affects the market. The money will be shifting from the riskier assets to the less riskier assets. That's why you'll see the bond yields are increasing. So if you want to know the relation between the assets, that is bonds, these are cash or equity traded investments. These are called as financial instruments, that is bonds, equity, commodity, bullions and forex. These are different parts. The money will be moving from one sector to another sector from time to time depending on the situation. When we are having just few lakhs, it's easy to manage. When you have millions together to manage, it is difficult. So they will move towards the safer side, park their money towards on the safer side. Okay, that's a different issue. If you want, I will talk about it. Let me know in the comment box. And the European markets were traded in red as expected, whereas EU 50 and France were trading at the same time. They closed at flat. And SGX, which was trading at that time, it is showing at 330 points down, 1.8%. It is more than that actually when we compare to the previous one. Okay, this is Nasdaq. Dow, SGX Nifty. We traded flat, ended here. Just market, US market started, it went up, and along with Dow, this also came down from the top of 18,130. Now it is trading at 17,750. That is almost 300 to 400 points down. That is the SGX Nifty, and there is no rocket science. We are going to have a gap down opening today. What thereafter? What we should do thereafter is the important point. We are having a support at 17,480 levels. It will act as a bigger support. Last time we took recovery from 17,705. If those two positions are held, then it will show recovery. The biggest problem is if there is a rise in the interest rate and market is falling, it will lead to the recession. We are having a difficulty in the coming out of recession rather than this instant and for short term selling off. And Fed and central banks will come out with the soft labor practice in which companies are forced to sell the prices at discount price, making it inflation lower. Fed has many other instruments to bring down the inflation other than increasing the rate hike. And Fed also told, in my previous chapter I told, that Fed chairperson has mentioned it is not only possible by the intervention by Fed, it is also to the geopolitical conditions, where the geopolitical intervention is must required. For example, European countries which are facing gas shortage, which is supplied from the Russia because of Ukraine war. They are telling now they are going to put a price cap. They are not going to pay more than certain amount. In that case, US will stop the supplying the gas. So this will add fuel to the ongoing rise in the inflation. So that's what then last month we saw that Nancy Pelosi visited Taiwan. These are geopolitical issues which will increases the pressure on ongoing inflation. That is what Fed chairman in his speech in Jackson Hole he told. It is not only possible by the Fed to get control over this, but some part is done by geopolitical situation which is not in his control. That is a fact. And coming to the intraday, what we should expect in the Nifty today. So as per SGX Nifty, we are going to open somewhere at this level, 17,740 level, and thereafter I don't feel it should be shorted. This is a very consolidation zone. We have a lot of consolidation here. We spent a lot of time, and I was expecting yesterday when I told the opening and high would be same. I was expecting that, and it didn't happen. What we suggested yesterday was 17,8106 and 17,817 could be the trading range, and followed by downtrend. But we made a high of 18,088 high. And today we are opening somewhere around 17,700 level. This will act as a support, 17,700 level, and we are opening at 17,740 levels. Okay. Looking at other, we have already mentioned 17,840 will be the major resistance. If at all we are going to close for another 2 sessions below the 17,840 levels, then you expect there is going to be a huge correction. If at all it closes below 17,840 levels for a long period, which is crossing the another line which is missing here, I will draw it later. So in that case you are going to have a huge selling pressure. I abstained today myself from making any levels because it's a knee-jerk reaction. These technicals will not work. Don't rely on technicals only always. The fundamentals also plays a main important role, and technicals are very short-term intraday or the short-term trades. So today we may expect some movement here. If at all it falls, the most consolidation zone, which is average consolidation zone, is 17,620 levels, which is expected, and it is also a moving average, which is 17,640 levels. This should be the consolidation zone for few days. And looking at the major indices, that is Bank Nifty, which is a high contributor, it is on the uptrend. It is not weak. So we may expect market not to react that sharply. We are going to have a high sell-off mainly in the technology shares, which are highly exporting to the US. When the US market sell-off is there, then the shares of the technology shares will come down. We don't see that in the banking system in India. So we may have little bit lesser sharp reaction and compared and expected in the banking sector than the IT sector. And financial service is also on the uptrend. So these will try to hold back the Nifty from falling. But Bank Nifty and Nifty IT, they have very high weightage in the Nifty, followed by Nifty Financial Services. So we are going to have a more pressure in the Nifty than the Bank Nifty and Nifty Financial Services. So today don't trade for intraday, but watching level is 17,690, 640 levels. Then upside is 17,800. I don't think today we are going to get. We may get 17,800 level only. Okay. So you just watch for the day, and we'll take a trade in coming days. Okay. Have a great day. Thank you.